All right, guys, welcome in, welcome back. Give me a minute here. I'm still setting up. Do a little morning coffee show here. Feeling even a little better this morning. Feet are a little swollen, but at least it's not my whole legs. So definitely, I always feel pretty good in the morning. So give me just a second here. I don't know why it's taking me so long to find everything. Maybe because I need more coffee. So let's see here. Where's my thumbnail? Take a look at some of the weather. We got a chance for some more nighttime tornadoes tonight. Down for like Arkansas area, Texas. We'll take a look at it. Man, I forgot my tags and stuff. Oh well. YouTube's probably just going to hide it anyway. Alright, I think I'm up and going. The chat's working. I think chat's working. Okay, yeah, that's today. Yeah, I drink that, oh man, what's the name of that coffee? Dang, now I can't remember. It's like, it's only as acidic as water. It's expensive, but man, it's good coffee. And I can't remember the name of it. Alright, where am I at here? Alright, we'll jump into it. So I got the 2-day outlook. What we're going to see tonight right there is the target zones for tornadoes. Looks like we had a tornado warning down there in Florida through the night. But this area right around, pretty much centered right over Arkansas, that's going to be the area to watch tonight. And then down to the south later in the night, we see we got blizzard warnings for North Dakota, parts of Minnesota, thunderstorm warnings, winter storm warnings for California, flood warnings everywhere, winter storm warnings for Utah, or Colorado, Utah, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. Then I also found a, here we look here, you back this up. Then we'll have the rain bomb hitting down south here. So this is going through the day into the night into Monday, and there's where the big rain bomb will be, right where we looked at all the aerosols being deployed last night. Over the last 2 days, like every time they spray 2 days before. And then we know what areas are going to get hit. Take a look at the power outage map real quick. California's still 44,000 without power. New York has 7,500 without power. Wisconsin, 5,400. And the storm's already been there yet. Florida, 3,100. Pennsylvania, 2,900. So we'll be seeing these picking up through the night. I also found a new map. So what I found interesting in this map, this is a ocean mapping deal where they're mapping the ocean. And you notice this is right where all the bunker fuel ship operations go. Also the shipping lanes and the earthquake zones. It's the Saldron Uncrewed Alaska Mapping Mission. They've surveyed over 45,000 square kilometers of the ocean floor. See if that works. So we got these unmanned drones out there in the ocean, along with the ships. But I also got a way to track the mapping and stuff. So I got a whole new map to work with. And I'll just have to figure out how to do all the samples, see if I can figure out the full database stuff. So that's something good to look into. Let's hit an article or two here. So if you're over on the East Coast, we got a rocket launch coming tonight. They're saying it's going to be visible for more than 600 miles. So here we go with some kind of chemical release. Remember they released lithium a while back. A rocket launch while people seeing a fire streak in the sky on the 11th. From North Georgia to southern Maine, it should be liftoff between 6 and 8 p.m. Get your cameras out in case something crazy happens. They're also saying people could see it also as far as eastern Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee, weather permitting, weather blocking the skies, so we're probably not going to be able to see it. Definitely won't be able to see it from Missouri. So be watching for that. We got stunning plasma winged butterfly coronal mass ejection erupts from the sun's far side. That's a big blast. They call it the gossamer wings expanding arcs of plasma. I wonder if I can make that. See if we can make that bigger. Let me zoom in on this thing. Bring up my broadcast. Yeah, now I can see it. The sun's been doing all kinds of crazy stuff, man. So I'm trying to, if I could ever get a clear sky, man, I'm working on trying to, I got a filter, so hopefully I can see it better. Tried to get it going yesterday, but we only had like 15 minutes in between the clouds. I didn't even get aligned on the sun. This particular sun, they're calling it a sun belch. It's not expected to strike Earth. Yeah, it's on the far side of the sun. Anyway, the sun's going to be really ramping up. It has been for all year, really. Get out of that. 13 times the solar storms cause freak events on Earth, from detonating mines to crashing financial markets. So it looks like the sun aligns with a lot of the stuff we see today. The sun's about to get more active, more solar storms. Charged particles of radiation barreled towards us, causing rare events. So here's 13 of the weirdest ones that's happened, likely caused by the solar eruptions. A solar storm shorted Quebec's power grid for 8 hours. On March 10, 1989, an enormous flare blew up on the sun. 2 days later, the particles hit Earth's upper atmosphere. You know, our ionosphere, where they're doing all kinds of artificial plasma clouds. This surged the Quebec power grid, which knocked it out for 8 hours, affecting about 6 million people. New York lost 150 megawatts of power. A radio interference jammed signals from Radio Free Europe into Russia right at the height of the Cold War. And of course, the Kremlin thought it was jamming signals. The NASA was jamming the signals. So far, SpaceX has lost 40 satellites from the solar flares. Or actually 40 of 49 were launched. They got knocked out. Remember, they got knocked out a while back. I'm trying to get through that. I didn't read this before. Particles will cause something so small it may even go unnoticed. Your computer will glitch. Cell phone signals go dark. GPSs freak out. I see this stuff all the time. Pacemakers was bizarrely corrupted, believed to be from the solar flares. See, these things, solar affects everything, man. It affects the plates, anything electrical. In 2008, an airline plane dipped hundreds of feet suddenly twice in the span of 10 minutes. Computer malfunctioning. And the ionized particle caused the malfunction. In 2003, they gathered one political candidate's odds increased in 2003 when they gathered 4,000 extra votes in Brussels. And in that, the voting machine had been corrupted by the solar flare. So even the sun's cheating the elections. People found glitches in games while playing it when the suns were hitting. In 1972, military pilots were flying over North Vietnam, saw 24 sea mines explode in the water without apparent cause. But a 2018 study figured it out by looking at the space weather, and is most likely caused by coronal mass ejection. So we could have a solar flare start a war. We don't even need the corrupt politicians to do it. They're even saying it accounts from the sinking Titanic. Says the Aurora. Let's see here. In 1912, so the Aurora was dancing, blah, blah, blah. So I guess there's a big Aurora going on when the Titanic crashed. Could have started a fire on the boat. The biggest ever solar storm on record hit Earth around 1859. All the electrons coursed through the telegraph wires through Europe and North America. Operators' hands received sharp shocks. Telegraph poles sparked, and the papers caught on fire. Skies were streaked with red, green, and purple auroras so brilliant that newspapers could easily read as daylight. You know, if we get hit with one of these now, man, it'd cripple everything. A huge solar storm in 2005 hurled a billion-ton cloud of electrified gas towards the planet. It messed the GPS signals up. So anyway, let's keep our eyes to the sky on there. Now, I'm always talking about how the satellites are screwing with everybody's images if you image the sky, which they're not going to do anything about it. But now it's even affecting the Hubble Space Telescope, and they are complaining about it. Hubble Space Telescope images increasingly affected by the Starlink satellites. The streaks. What do you think the backyard astronomers have been griping about since it started? The effects of the satellites on our view of the universe is getting worse. Findings confirm that fears of astronomers who argue that satellite constellations such as Space Fleet over 3,500 Starlink stand to severely impact astronomy. These fears were initially confined to ground-based observatories, but now they've spread because of the mega constellations. The team found that 2.7% of Hubble images with typical exposure time of 11 minutes were crossed by satellites. It's increased to 3.7 since 2002. Now it's 5.9 in 2021. Yeah, we get them like every other picture, man. It's way worse now. Apparently in 2024 we got an even brighter comet than the one that we've been filming, the C2022 E3. Hopefully I'm still alive to see this. A newfound comet might light up the skies in fall of 2024. Comet Koyutek. The comet was discovered far from the sun near the orbit of Jupiter. It's going to be a magnitude -10. So that's as bright as a quarter moon. And they're calling it could be the comet of the century. So we'll see if I'm still around. We'll definitely get. Hang on, I swallowed my coffee wrong. All right, man. Yeah, I swallowed my coffee wrong. China condemns Japanese plan to release the Fukushima water. So is everybody else. We reported on this weeks ago, years ago. They're just releasing all this, radiation back out in the ocean. They've been doing it since, remember they lined in millions of bags up on the beach right before that cyclone come in a while back last year. Let me put this on the total 24-hour. Let's see what the target zones here. It's going to be rainy here most of the day. Oh, wait. Oh, man, I can't go back in time. All right, well, I guess we'll do that later. Let's see here. Let me get off a bunch of stuff on here. Yeah, they've been releasing them into the water for quite a while now. Anyway, we'll be watching for earthquakes today, volcanoes. With all the sun weather, with all the weight of the water. Snow over on the west coast. I'm not going to be surprised to see something pop off. We watched last night where the big spray job was. You see right over Florida, this is where the storms are going to be today. Man, that's all I get to load. Can't see it yet. It's too early in the morning. Anyway, I did catch, I caught something flying by the moon when I was recording the moon the other day. I slowed this down as slow as I could do it. It's definitely not a bird. It appears to be a solid object. and I'll let it play here. I got it going as slow as I can. It'll come up through the bottom and then up. There it is right there. It's not a bird. Usually a bird, you kind of see the wings flap. And I just can't get it clear enough to see the shape. It's right here. If I try to fast forward it, whatever it was a solid object, and I just can't seem to get the distance of it to the moon. If I knew kind of the distance, if it was a plane, normally you get the plane trails with it, and it looks a lot darker. So I have no idea if this could have been a satellite or something. I just don't know what it is. It don't look like anything I've seen. I've caught like the moonbirds and the haven't got a real good plane shot. So who knows what that is. It took me a long time to find this. I've seen it when I was filming it. I've seen something through the corner of my eye go up through the screen. And then I marked the time frame and was able to find it. So anyway, there's something weird there. And then the picture I got from this is a video. And the picture I got from this video right here is this picture after it was stacked and the colors are aligned. So I wasn't quite super clear. I'm a little out of focus, so maybe that's why I can't tell what that object is. It's just kind of out of focus a little bit. Yeah, if I was just in a little more focus, it wouldn't be so like liney looking. So it's just a touch out of focus miss, so I messed them photos up. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. Just want to do a little early morning show. Just feeling good. I got to go get the chickens out and all that, so. Anyway guys, armor on, much love, and eyes the sky. We got all kinds of stuff coming from the sky, but they keep blocking the sky. So if you get a clear sky, you better go out there and enjoy it. They're getting rare and more rare. Anyway, armor up, eyes the sky. I'm out. Much love out there. Thanks everybody out there that helps support us. It's much appreciated. More than you know.